Today we are going to be creating or learning how to create your own handmade healing salve with fresh flowers. Today I am going to be using daisies that I've picked about 10 days ago that have been sitting in this concoction. So let me show you a picture of everything you'll need. Feel free to screenshot the picture so you know all the ingredients that you'll need to make this magical healing salve. Okay, so what's not shown in that picture that I just showed you that you will need is a double boiler. And what that is simply one pot of boiling water with another container inside of it that has what you're melting inside of that. So we'll go over that more, but the first step to creating your own handmade magical healing salve is to pick the flowers that you're going to be using in the salve. I already have created a dandelion healing salve. Now I am creating a daisy one. So you want to pick I did about 4 big bundles of daisies. I cut them at the stem, so a long stem, and I hung them up to dry in my RV, which made a beautiful decor in the background of just drying herbs, drying flowers. So that's step 1. You want to dry the herbs, so leave them hanging there for I left them there for about 2 days until they start to wilt. That's the right word, wilt. So once you see them wilting, that's the perfect time to go ahead and throw them in a jar. My dandelion daisies, filled the jar all the way up with dried flowers. From then is where you can get a little creative with what you put inside, but you definitely want some sort of coconut oil. I have a couple different coconut oils. This is the one I prefer, doTERRA's coconut oil. And then I just ordered this one online on Amazon because I needed an extra couple bucks in there to get free shipping. So once you have your coconut oil, you'll also need another oil. I use olive oil, but the best oil to use is called jojoba or jojoba. I don't know how to say it, but you can get it online, and that's what I would love to use in my next salve. So you have coconut oil, olive oil, and I also add vitamin E oil. This I just got off of Amazon. So these 3 oils is what you want to pour on top of all your dried flowers. You want to be able to cover your flowers with oil. Oh, and you know what? I actually added witch hazel to top it off because I had so much oil in there. I wanted to kind of fill the rest with another substance. So witch hazel is great for that. So you put all 4 of those above your flowers. And honestly, there's not a precise measurement. I just kind of did equal parts olive oil, coconut oil, and then I poured that much of the bottle. So maybe like half an inch of the bottle, and then topped it off a little bit with the witch hazel. So once everything's in there, you put this in a dark space for 10 days. So this is on the 11th day because I didn't have time to do this yesterday, but it's still good. It's still that bright, shiny yellow, which is what you want. If it gets that dark color, it's been sitting in there for too long. So 10 days should be perfect. And then that's where we are now. Now you want to strain your oil. For that, you will need, in the picture I shown, what's called a cheesecloth. So it's like a fine grade cloth. That's what you're going to put on top of whatever you're going to be melting in the boiler. So I'm going to put everything inside of here and then put this in the boiler. So you want to strain your herbs on top of here. I found the best way to do that is to put a rubber band over the top to hold it in place while you pour the herbs on it. So that's secure. And then from there, you just pour your herbs slowly. everything is on the cheesecloth, you then, so you can let it sit a little if you want. So this is all the oil that has came through. But we really want to squeeze all the good juices out of the herbs that have been sitting for this 10 days. Oh, here's my cat, Puta. My cats love flowers. I mean, what cats don't? Oh, I'm making a mess. Okay, so this part is very important. You want to be careful, and I kind of wasn't. Okay, you grab everything in the cheesecloth, and you can see it dripping there. And this is where you just squeeze from the top down. See all those oils coming out? So there's so much built up oil in the daisy. So this is really all the daisy essential oils coming out, juices, like the magic of the daisy is what's getting squeezed out right now. So really take your time doing this part. This part I feel like is really important. And I've never done daisies before, but it smells so good. It's like all over my hands. Ooh, gonna be so moisturized. Okay. After that, you could go throw this away, or you can spread the flowers in your yard if you want. I had a sneaky one there. Okay, we're back. So this is all the oil. There is kind of little pieces of flour inside the oil, which I don't mind. If you want it to be more pure, less particles of flowers in there, you can always do another cheesecloth over a jar and pour it back in to strain it. But I'm happy with this. So now the next step is to add your beeswax. This is the beeswax I use. Got it off of line. And you're just going to scoop some or pour some in. With the beeswax, this is going to give it a thicker texture instead of just all oily. And you kind of want a lot in there, but not too much, where your salve is going to be really thick. Because the salve, you want it to be rolling on easy to the skin. So I think that's good, the amount I put in there. And now you want to add a spoon or two of shea butter. This is the shea butter I use. So get some really good spoonfuls. Plop it in. And you can melt the beeswax first, or put the shea butter in and melt it all together. That's what I'm going to do. Alright. Here we have the double boiler with all of our beeswax, daisy oil, and shea butter. It's very cool, very fun. Once this is completely melted, I will show you the next step. Okay, everything is about melted. Just going to give it a couple more spins because you shouldn't see any of the beeswax floating around. So there we go. Everything's melted. So the next step is you want to add some scent. So daisies, yes, they smell good, but you want to add a little more. So I'm adding lavender and frankincense. So these two oils is going to make this healing salve extra magical. You want to go a little extra on the oils and make sure to spin or mix while you pour so it really goes everywhere. So I did about 20 drops. Frankincense is a super powerful oil. It's a little expensive, so you don't want to go too crazy on it, but lavender is where you can really add that scent. So I'm adding about 40, maybe 45 drops and that should be perfect. So you can go ahead and turn the heat off. And the final step is pouring them into your containers. So I am using these super cute containers. So we'll go ahead and move you guys over to watch me pour into the cups. This part, you want to be extra careful, extra slow, because you really don't want to spill any of this precious nectar that you have just created. All right. So go ahead and pour slowly. Ah, that's not the best. Okay. So slower than that. It's not working either. So I'm going to have to clean off the jars after, which I really didn't want to do. Normally, I'm a lot better at it than this. But hey, every witch goes through a pitfall. There we go. We got the hang of it now. So I made enough for about 5. And I'm going to add a little more in this one as a sample because I do sell these at farmers markets, which you guys can too. Alright, now you just let them sit until they are all a solid color, which you can kind of see the bottom here, if you can, is already turning that darker color. So once everything's dark, that's when we can cap them off. So I'll show you that when it's ready. For all the beautiful daisy healing salves, I keep getting them mixed up, that we have capped off, cleaned up, because we had, well, I had like a little spill earlier, but hey, that happens. This is the sample one that I will be letting people test. So we'll show you. It's a beautiful like golden honey color. And for consistency, your finger goes right through. It's not too hard, not too soft. Dog approved. My dog loves anything coconut oil. But yeah, the consistency is perfect. Exactly. Indica, come here. Come here. Exactly how you want it to be for a salve. Not too hard, not too soft. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this healing salve tutorial, and I'll give you some tips at the end. Video, just a few tips. Make sure the herbs you're using in your healing salves are not dangerous, not poisonous, and the people you're selling it to don't have any allergies to the plant you're using. So that's a big one. Also, there was one more tip I was thinking of. But yeah, if you wanted to know what the healing salve is for, if you've been pondering that idea this whole time, like, okay, you're making this, but what is it actually for? It is great for healing or promote rapid healing for bruises, eczema, cuts, scratches, scars. So it's really great all around beneficial healing salve for your skin. You want to talk? Do you want to talk? Go tell them. Oh, you're camera shy now. Okay, well that's all, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Any other tips I could think of for making this, I'll put in the comments or description below. But I think we covered everything. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. And remember, you are loved. Have a blessed day. And I love you all so much. Bye.